everybody, GB4576 here, and today we have the newest episode of Death Battle with Spider-Man, aka Miles Morales, versus Izuku Midoriya, aka Deku. I got those backwards on the intro, but oh well, who cares? We're at the premiere, and to give an honest thoughts, I think Deku's going to win, which hey, I'm okay with that. I honestly like Deku more than Miles, though I also really like the version of Miles that I like are the ones in Spider-Verse and the Insomniac ones, and they're not using that one. They're using comic Miles. Whereas I really like My Hero Academia. In fact, I even have my favorite side character from that show right here with me to watch it. I like Tokoyami, what can I say? But I also really love Spider-Man. In fact, hold up. Got that Spider-Man poster right there on my wall with Peter on it. But anyway, we got 13 seconds till it premieres. Let's just wait and get into this, shall we? Also, we can't forget, the GOAT Moro is animating this. That's honestly the best news I heard all week from this. But anyway, here we go. Fight!
Miles Morales versus Izuku Midoriya.
Spider-Man versus Deku. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills
to find out who would win a death battle.
Alright, let's take this from the top again. This is Peter Parker.
Yeah,
He's
I want
bitten by
Peter
a
Parker to come
radioactive
back
spider,
at some point.
And for who knows how long, he's been the one and only
A
Spider-Man.
friendly neighbor to all of New York City. In a universe filled with super soldiers, hulking green Goliaths, and world-shattering gods, Spider-Man is there to look out for the little guy.
But in a
Just a little
multiverse
guy.
of infinite possibilities, that doesn't always last forever. Like in Universe 1610.
I saw a post on Twitter one time where it basically said that the only two normal people in Marvel are Spider-Man and for some reason the Punisher.
When
It's just funny.
NYC's Webhead got iced on the job.
The city was
He
left
was killed by a
without
Green
its
Goblin.
protector. But
That's just
fortunately,
sad.
Peter wasn't the only one who got bit.
Well, he got
Enter
bit later,
Miles
but yeah.
Morales, a young teen from Brooklyn just trying to figure out his place in the world. And now, he had it thrust upon him.
The canon
Yep.
event to start.
Let's see. Real name, Miles Morales. Age 17. He's 5'8", graffiti artist, Herald of Anasi. Teams, Champions, Ultimates, The Avengers. He likes Naruto, Dragon Ball, JoJo, and Gwen. Dislikes canon events, GameSpot, and Paul. I know Paul is a Peter character, but I don't know about
All
Miles'
canon
character.
events. Now it was Miles' turn to be the
I
hero
don't know
the
what
Big
that's
Apple
about.
needed, and he had all the usual spider kit to help him out.
This spider carried the Oz formula, a genetics-enhancing serum that granted Miles superhuman strength.
I
speed,
believe the
and
Oz
ability to
formula was
alter
like an
his
attempt
body's
to recreate
electron
the
attraction to
super
crawl
soldier serum
along
that made
any
Cap
surface.
super
And
awesome.
you can't forget that classic spider sense,
Spidey
an
sense.
internal warning system that lets Miles know about incoming threats so he can react ahead of time. He even got an upgrade that acts like a radar, letting him see through stuff.
But no spider person is complete without
Yep,
their
the
web
vibranium
shooters.
suit,
Given to
Wakanda
him
web
by Peter's
shooters,
Aunt May,
spider
these
powers,
webs have all sorts
standard,
of
the
applications
venom
between
powers.
swinging, grabbing, restraining, projectiling, and being made into constructs.
Not having Peter around to show him the ropes made things a lot tougher,
Well,
though.
Insomniac
And
Miles
between
had
mishaps
Peter,
with
but
wall
yeah.
crawling and web slinging, Miles got off to a rocky start.
Yeah.
Like any typical teenager,
Spider-Verse
he
when he
had
got
a lot
one.
of self-doubt.
A
Could
Peter,
he keep up in
not B
school?
Peter.
What was the right way to talk to girls?
Not that way.
And how could he live up to being Spider-Man when one of the villains he had to face turned out to be his very own uncle? Makes family
Yeah, when I
dinner
was watching
so
Spider-Verse,
awkward.
that
All
shocked
"Ah,
me
trying to
like
kill
a
ya"
lot. Never
stuff.
heard of the problem
Fortunately,
before it.
Miles had a leg up on every other superhero known to man.
Living parents. Better yet, loving
At
parents.
least for a while.
They supported him when
Pretty
things
sure
got
I
tough,
heard that his
even
parents
if they
died
didn't
at one
always
point.
see eye to eye. And thanks to them, he learned that the best way to be Spider-Man wasn't to do it like Peter, but to do it his own way.
And it helped
Now I'm
that this
gonna do my
particular
own
spider
thing.
had a bit more to its bite than Peter's. Miles has a variety of unique powers, like invisibility and venom.
Not like Tom Hardy, though it is weird to give your main
That
power the
is
same
very
name as one of your
lazy.
bad guys.
Damn
Come on,
comic
Spidey,
writers.
branding is important.
Miles can harness his own bioelectric energy and weaponize it, which is especially effective against individuals with genetic mutations.
Like
Punching,
quirks.
absorbing, blasting, mega blasting. Hell, he can even make electric constructs out of this stuff, like biowebbing and a damn sword. Jeez, what kind of spider was this?
It's not entirely
awesome
science
spider.
fiction. Studies have shown that certain species of spiders, such as the Linophiidae, have a process known as ballooning. By spinning a thread of their silk, they can use the Earth's natural electric fields to fly, traveling up to hundreds of
That is
miles.
very creepy.
No pun intended.
Well, whatever kind of bite it was,
Okay, here's the
it
new
gave
stuff
Miles
that
the
wasn't in
edge
the
he needed
preview.
to find his worth as Spider-Man.
Miles can dodge gunshots, missiles, and lightning bolts. He survived all sorts of beatings, including a building exploding on top of him.
Oh, geez, Spidey could lift buildings and dodge light-speed attacks, and Miles is more than a match for him.
Like the time he
Yeah.
absorbed the energy of a bomb that was going to vaporize Harlem. A blast that would have equaled 15 million tons of TNT.
Okay,
He's getting
megatons.
kudos
I
from
know
a ton of
Deku is
older
in the
heroes too,
gigatons.
becoming a member of the New Ultimates and the Avengers. He even helped form the Champions, a team of teenage superheroes with the likes of Miss Marvel and Ironheart.
The king of Wakanda himself even suited him up with some Wakandan vibranium.
The same stuff as T'Challa's own
It
suit.
is thinner
It's super
than
rare and tough metal
T'Challa's
can
stuff,
absorb
but yeah.
kinetic energy and vibrational impacts.
It helps to regulate Miles's venom powers too, allowing him to better control his electrical output.
The vibranium is thinner to better fit his
Okay,
acrobatic
yeah.
fighting style, but it can still shake off most fatal attacks like they're nothing. This stuff is tough enough
Most.
that Deadpool's swords have shattered against it.
Though it's not as durable
Okay.
as, say, Captain America's shield, and enough kinetic energy will overload it.
Yeah.
Don't be near it when it does, or you'll end up like the Falcon here when he used his vibranium wings to stop a bomb that was gonna blow up New York City. That's twice now. Does any other city have to deal with this stuff?
But when vibranium
Maybe.
and spider powers still aren't enough, Miles can push his electrical output into overdrive.
Giving him huge boosts in strength and speed, and making him a whole lot zappier. It's your classic shonen power-up, and he knows it too. He's a bit of a weeb, and has a thing for mimicking some favorites.
Despite his initial insecurities, Miles has more than managed to live up to his predecessor, no longer standing in his shadow, but side by side.
Literally, his universe got blown up, and he
Yeah,
was sent to the
he was
main
in Secret
616
Wars, I
timeline,
think.
along with his family. And now it's him and
Ew,
Peter
that
as
suit
a pair of
sucks.
Spider Bros.
He's even become one of the big players of the
See,
Spider-Verse.
feats. Blew up a giant symbiote dragon, lifted most of a building, took hits from giant woman, dodged missiles, lightning, and lasers, stopped the inheritors and saved the Web of Life, saved an alternate universe from his evil clone. Yeah, he did win an Oscar. Spider-Verse was a really good movie. Defeated the Prowler, Green Goblin, Venom, Mr. Negative, Salim, and Kingpin.
Teaming up with all sorts of other spider variants to defend the multiverse.
There's anime spider people, robot spider people, dinosaur spider people, spider people, a whole lot of them, each with their own way of getting the job done. Miles even led them into battle against the Inheritors, a bunch of interdimensional vampire assholes.
This is what Stan Lee was proudest of in his favorite superhero. Regardless of who they were, any sort of person could wear the mask and do the right thing. For so long as
Yeah,
we stay true to
that's why
ourselves and help others in
Spider-Man's
our own
awesome.
unique ways, then anyone
Right.
can be a hero.
Still got 2 years for that sequel, Sony.
But what is a hero?
The 70
To
codes
citizens
contain
of
spoilers
Japan,
for the ending
there was
of My
no one
Hero
more
Academia.
synonymous with the word than their
I
symbol
already know
of
the
peace.
ending. It already got
All Might,
spoiled to
the
me.
big numero uno, with a smile on his face, he could save anyone and win any fight, no matter what.
Or so it seemed.
Yeah, All Might's
After a
really
battle with his
cool.
arch nemesis All For One, All Might was grievously injured. His time as a beacon of hope was coming to an end, and he would need to find someone to pass on the torch.
In this world, most human beings evolved to have their own individual superpowers, or quirks, but not everyone is lucky enough to get one. Like this kid
Yeah,
named
poor
Izuku
Poor
Midoriya,
Izuku.
or as local bully Bakugo like to call him, the good-for-nothing Deku.
Apparently
Izuku wanted
Deku
to
means
save
like
people just like
puppet,
All Might,
I think.
but even his idol told
Real name, Mizuki Midoriya, 16, 24 post time skip, 5'6", teacher, part-time hero. This is All For One hero Deku, has 7 quirks, favorite food is katsudon, romantic interests, oh you know, one of them.
him that he would have to give
they're
up
not
on his
saying.
dreams.
Forever the beta male in the shadow of Bakugo and his Sigma quirk.
Bakugo's probably my
until he
favorite
got
character
the
in My
chance to
Hero.
Alpha up and lend
Mostly
his rival
because
a
he
helping
gets his
hand,
ass kicked a
proving
lot, and it's
himself
very
worthy
funny.
of All Might's torch.
And so
That's
after
probably
months
a
of
bad
training,
way to like a
Izuku was
character.
granted All Might's quirk, one for all. This power allows him to boost
But
his
he's also
strength
really
to
really
incredible
funny.
heights, using it for smashing attacks named after specific U.S. locales, and a soccer club.
Or football, as they call
Yeah,
it.
Straight
Football.
punches, spikes, even finger flicks. One for All is the ultimate in strength-enhancing quirks.
The first time he used it, Izuku destroyed this giant robot in a single blow.
Yeah, no
on
one else is-
accident.
and everyone
Too
else
bad
is
it
running
wasn't
away
the
from
only
it.
thing he destroyed, though. Damn, that looks
own
like
body.
it hurts.
One for All's power was
Yeah,
so
it
great
probably
that the
does.
recoil would shatter Izuku's limbs when he used it. In the hands of an improper vessel, One for All could cause their body to explode, so Izuku would need to continuously train to master it at his Hero Academia.
Say that
That
again.
again?
UA High.
Here he'd be inspired by girly pop Uraraka to turn his zero name into his hero name, becoming the Deku who always does his best.
Something that he may have taken too far.
When it came
Yeah,
to saving
a
people,
little.
Do Your Best here had a bad habit of putting others way before himself. Sure, everyone else was okay, but he'd be good for nothing all over again if he got himself paralyzed.
So to cut down on his hospital bill, he developed
Hey, he's
full
in
power.
Japan. I'm pretty sure they
Instead
have
of
free
using his
healthcare
quirk in
there.
short bursts, he would continuously spread the energy across his body at low percentages, using it for acrobatics inspired by Bakugo's explosive movements.
And with that new thinking came a new fighting style. Shoot style.
Yeah, it
To
only
use a
took, like,
stronger
4
limb that'd be less
seasons.
likely to break. Deku took a page from Nerd Emoji Ida's book and switched to focusing
My
on
eyes are
kicks
itchy
to
right
pack
now.
in more of a punch. Yeah.
And that power would be needed. After a climactic battle with All for One, All Might would be forced into retirement, just a few months into Deku's training. Now it was his turn to face this
Now
demon
it's
lord.
your
But
turn.
he didn't have to do it alone. Just as
Got
All
the
Might had
vestiges.
passed One for All
I'm
onto
surprised they
Deku,
didn't bring up,
it
like,
had been
the
passed
guy
onto
that's
All Might
inside
by
of
his
Miles'
master,
head, apparently.
And onto her by her master. One for All was a power that was built upon for generations.
The quirks of the previous users of One for All manifested in Deku, along with their spirits or vestiges,
vestiges.
to help him
Learned
in his
about that
battle
from
against All
Shigaraki.
for One.
Black
Analysis.
Whip gives him energy tendrils to
Quirks. He's got All for One, Gear Shift, Blackwith, Fajan, Smokescreen, Danger Sense of Float, Costume Zetas, Air Force Gloves, Mid, Gauntlets, and Iron
swing
Souls.
around and restrain foes. They can also brace his arms and manually control his muscles if he can't move.
Float allows him to soar high into the sky. By combining it with controlled blasts of pressurized air, he can effectively fly.
Danger Sense detects incoming
Danger
threats
Sense.
and unease, letting Deku react in advance. Though it's mostly like an alarm bell and doesn't tell him specifics like location or number
Yeah,
of
it's
threats.
not as good as the Spider
Familiar?
Sense.
Smokescreen lets him
Smokescreen.
create a smokescreen, but he can use it at full blast to create a bigger smokescreen.
Yeah,
That's
it's
swell
really
and all,
big.
but the real meat is in Fajin. After building up kinetic energy within his body, Deku can unleash it for bursts of strength and speed.
He's combined it with Black Whip to create the powerful Black Chain binding attack, and can use it in conjunction with Full Cowling to achieve foe 100%, equaling All Might's full level of power without any recoil.
Ooh,
He
yeah.
once used it to outspeed a bullet shot by Lady Nagant, a former hero turned villain who has a sniper rifle for an arm.
And then she came
With
back
a-
to being a hero.
I think I'm in love.
Nagant's bullet once
Okay.
crossed a distance of around 215 kilometers within a fraction of a second. That's 6,700 times faster than sound. And Deku
Okay.
was moving so fast, the bullet seemed like it was standing still.
And he can go even faster than that with his final quirk, Gear Shift.
Yeah,
By
gear
touching a
shift.
target, he can control its speed without abiding by the laws of inertia. He can slow down foes to leave them frozen in the air, or move so fast he can punch multiple times in an instant.
Even All for One's own protege Shigaraki couldn't track him, and this is a dude who can catch light speed laser beams.
Deku can forcefully transfer the vestiges of One for All into an opponent to directly attack their soul, but he loses one of his quirks each time he does so. It also requires they ingest some of his DNA.
It does have a
I
time
don't think
limit
that'll
though.
come into
After
play in this
5
fight.
minutes of continuous use, Deku's body will catch up to his speed, suffocating him as his cells become unable to take in oxygen.
Not nearly as
Ooh.
bad as One for All was suffocating him, though.
Unlocked One for All's full potential, became the number 4 hero. Obliterated Dark Might's fortress, flew nearly 200 kilometers in under an hour. Survives the recoil of his attacks, saved Eri, Kota, Aoyama, Lady Nagant, defeated Shigaraki, All for One, Overhaul, and Gentle, and can hit you really hard.
He's been doing all of this shit in just the 10th grade. I hadn't even figured out you can breathe through your nose at that point.
The pressure
What?
of having to save his friends, the country, the entire world weighed on Deku, so he left UA to fight this war alone.
But alone was never where Deku fought best. Having come from nothing, his admiration for his peers gave him strength, just as they admired his strength and desire to help others. Even Bakugo came around to him.
So when it came
He
time to finally
apologized.
put that demon lord back in hell, his classmates, teachers, mom, friends, enemy, and everyone else supported and cheered him on. Because that was the greatest threat to All
We
for One's
are
reign
here.
all along.
Not All Might, not Deku, not even One for All itself. Just people helping each other out. And with
power
their
of
help, Deku
friendship.
defeated All for One once and for all, blowing a hole in this huge storm and parting the skies for a brighter future.
Though he did lose his quirk and have to retire from hero work, getting a regular 9 to 5 as a teacher, passing on his knowledge
And then
to
he
the
got an
next
Iron Man
generation,
suit.
just like every user of One for All before him.
Some might say he peaked in high school. If not for the sick new armor he eventually got to go
Yep.
back to kicking butt. He even made it all the way back near the top of the rankings.
I really
All
hope
with
that
the
we
help
get to
of
see
his
like a
friends.
movie or something
For
with
so
that
long
Iron
as we
Man
keep
suit.
reaching out our hands to help those in need, everyone can be a hero.
Didn't really see like a whole lot of versus stuff in this. Oh,
Hello,
hey Ben.
it's me, Store-Bought Benjamin. I know what you're asking. Benjamin, what are you wearing?
Death Battle merch.
Yes, that's our Mechanical Menace Mecha Goose pulling down the trunks of Poor Dummy. Our new summer line of merch is available now on deathbattle.gg for a
I think
limited
I'll
time.
pass on
Website
the
members
dummy
can even
shirt.
get this in a unique color scheme. And there's a hat. I like
A
that.
hat.
I know what else you're asking. Benjamin, why did Wiz build robot butt cheeks on Dummy?
Why not?
I don't know. Get your
Hey,
cheeks
you
at
wrote it. You created the show, Ben. You get to
www.deathbattle.gg.
say. Anyway,
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for
a
a
death battle. Okay, so after all that, I'm still leaning towards Deku winning, but if he doesn't, then oh well. I like Miles enough. Let's see this. And now Moro Cook. Why is Deku in New York?
Huh? Yo! You're more man and less spider than usual.
Whoa, I was looking for you. Care to show me what you can do?
All right, new guy. First lesson, don't watch the mouth. Watch the hands.
Okay, yep.
Delaware!
Where's Smash?
Let's try that one more time.
Crack's going hard.
Guess who?
Oh, he's doing a Batman v Spider-Man reference.
I can't use my full power here. Gotta take this somewhere else. Oh, gross!
Oh, right in his eye. Oh,
Got skills,
broken
man.
web
I like
shooter. Oh, he hit him with the venom.
Oh, mierda.
Oh, mierda. Means like, oh shit in Spanish or something. Really old New York City.
I moved us to an abandoned part of the city so we can go all out!
Okay.
Because I always do my best!
The Deku voice is alright. Ooh, that Miles Mora farming. Ooh, they both hit each other.
If I'm gonna do my best,
Oh, Miles. Oh, they're both powering up.
I gotta do my own thing.
Spider-Verse imagery. Oh, he's got the sword. Oh. Got the webbing.
Sarah was right! Your quirk is amazing!
Amazing is my buddy. They call me the ultimate Spider-Man.
Ooh, a Kamehameha.
Suit has shock absorption, not nullification.
Oh.
So, it's got a limit.
My heart is pounding right now. This is so cool. Oh, gotta end it with a punch splash.
Death Bang!
Go beyond!
Oh! Miles just explode? Or Deku's standing up.
Spider-Man,
You really are Spider-Man.
you really are
You really are.
the ultimate.
Okay.
KO!
That was like an
Vaya
accidental
con Dios,
KO.
Araña Joven.
Let's start by talking about their superpowers,
Powers.
which matched up quite evenly. Unsurprisingly, given the not-so-subtle inspiration for Deku's quirks, though they did have some edges over the other.
The spider sense gave Miles more insight on
While Miles is a herald of the spider god Anansi, Anansi is largely a supportive mentor rather than a direct combatant on Miles' behalf. However, Miles' status as his herald could theoretically grant him spiritual protection from being attacked by Maul for one's vestiges.
his surroundings and threats than
Okay.
danger sense, which has been worked around before.
This meant Miles' invisibility was harder for Danger Sense to detect when he wasn't attacking, while the Spider Sense's radar system allowed him to find Deku in a smokescreen. But Izuku's other quirks granted him advantages of his own.
Float was a lot more mobile than Webs, and Fajin gave a bigger boost in strength than Venom
While Venom
did.
is effective
So
against genetic mutations, it can be resisted by those with high durability or pain tolerance, such as Ultimate Green Goblin. Deku has withstood electrical attacks from Shigaraki at 9. Even a Venom strike did paralyze him, he could puppet his own body.
That's some advantages and
Yeah, I've seen
disadvantages.
that
We're
online.
gonna call superpowers a tie.
Next up,
Yeah, speed, that's
Scaling to
Deku.
Peter, Miles could dodge light speed attacks, which actually outpaced Izuku moving faster than that sniper bullet. Fortunately for Deku, though, that wasn't his best.
Thanks to Gear Shift, Deku could speed himself up to match Miles the same way he did to the light-catching Shigaraki. Even worse for Spidey, one touch from Gear Shift could freeze him in place and make dodging totally impossible. So speed goes to Deku.
Yeah.
As for
Skill is Miles.
Deku was incredibly talented at analyzing an opponent's abilities and coming up with strategies on the fly.
But Miles' powers and fighting style gave Deku few immediate openings.
Deku may have received more formal training at UA, but he was ultimately only active in hero work for a little under a year.
Meanwhile, Miles has been handling everything from neighborhood
Miles has been trained by Captain America, Colleen Wing, Misty Knight, and Black Panther. While his training is arguably not as intense as Deku's, he's not been
crooks
experienced.
to multiverse-ending gods for significantly longer.
It's close, but with his greater experience, skill goes to Miles, and that means the biggest deciding factor is raw strength.
And that was no contest.
Yeah.
Miles absorbing the energy of that bomb was nothing to scoff at, but overwhelming power is what One For All is all about.
When Deku defeated All For One, the energy needed to part those clouds with this punch had a yield of 362
Yeah.
billion tons of
So that's
TNT,
their calc for this.
smashing the bomb Miles absorbed out of the water.
But it wasn't as simple as that. Miles is wearing a vibranium suit after all. So the question wasn't necessarily who was stronger, it was if Miles' suit was tough enough to continuously absorb Deku's blows.
When the Falcon protected New York from that city-destroying blast, it had a yield of 546 megatons.
546
Impressive,
megatons.
but Deku defeating All For One was still over 600 times
Miles' bomb absorption feat was nearly fatal. Furthermore, the 546 megaton yield for vibranium density was a high-end calculation. The energy to simply render New York uninhabitable is far less. Even analyzed generously, Miles' strength is always much weaker than One For All.
stronger than Vibranium's limit.
Yeah,
And
this
Deku
was
did that
not
with One For All's
close.
embers, not the full package.
And remember, the vibranium in Miles' suit was much thinner than what Falcon and Black Panther had,
Yeah.
making it unlikely it could absorb as strong of a blast.
It's there to provide more protection, sure, but there was no way it could survive all of what Deku
Yeah.
could dish out.
In this superpower
Gotta guess
battle,
from
it was
that.
Izuku's overwhelming speed and immense strength that made him the winning hero.
And the morales of the story is...
The winner is Deku.
Morales of the story.
Next time...
Okay, next time. I've seen people say Hulk versus Godzilla. For some reason, I keep thinking that I want Meta Knight versus Zero, and that's definitely not next. I don't think that'll happen, but let's see.
I'm on Death Battle.
Oh, Hulk Godzilla's next.
Subscribe
Neat.
and join as a
Getting
member
two
to see
3D
more
fights
Death
in a
Battle.
row.
Thanks for watching.
That's neat. And anything else? I don't think so. Yeah, that was Spider-Man versus Deku. Honestly, that was really good. And yeah, it was good. Moro's still really good at animating things. I mean, he's Moro. We all knew that. Have you seen Indie Cross? That shit's awesome. But I mean, when it comes to Hulk versus Godzilla, I have no idea who to root for. Because, like, on one hand, I like Godzilla more than the Hulk. But on the other hand, Hulk doesn't have a win on Death Battle, and Godzilla does against Gamera. Even though Hulk versus Broly is wrong, and Death Battle themselves have admitted that it's wrong. But we will see that in 4 weeks for episode 199. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Please check out another video of mine, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.